Installing a new shower door is easier than you think. Before starting, read the instruction manual for your Delta Cordero Shower Door system. Don't skip parts of the video, as you may miss key steps, and consult the manual for more information. Then, check that you have all the tools required for this install. Don't forget safety equipment like safety glasses, closed-toed shoes, and non-slip, cut-resistant gloves. You'll also need 2 people for this install, so make sure to have someone else on hand. Next, you'll want to make sure your shower door system fits inside your enclosure. Measure the height, making sure the distance from sill to ceiling is at least 84 inches. And be aware, this door system is intended to be installed into tile shower enclosures and lacks the components needed to be installed into acrylic ones. Check the width of your enclosure, first at the bottom, and then 6 feet up the wall. Most walls aren't perfect, so these measurements most likely will differ. As long as the difference is less than 3/8 of an inch, and both measurements are within our 56 to 60 inch size requirements for our 60-inch door, or 44 to 48 inch size requirements for our 48-inch door, this door can be installed inside your enclosure. You'll also need to figure out if there's a stud near the front of your enclosure, as this is critical for an install. Once the center of the stud is found, mark its location at the bottom of the enclosure. The outer and inner edge of the sill should be at least 1.5 inches away from this mark, with the top surface of the sill being level. If after double checking, all these measurements match the requirements, the door system can be installed into your enclosure. If you have any questions about these measurements, call or email us here. Now, make sure you have all the components listed in the instruction manual, and that there aren't any stowaways hiding in pieces of packaging. It is also a good idea to tape over the drain, as to not lose anything during the install. And be aware, tile or marble surfaces should be drilled with tile drill bits. Regular drill bits tend to crack tiles and should be avoided. Also, be very careful with each glass panel. The glass is tempered, which is stronger than normal glass, but not unbreakable. If hard materials, such as tile or metal, contact the glass, it could damage it and cause it to break. For this reason, please leave corner protectors on the glass until prompted to remove. And only place the glass on soft materials like cardboard or styrofoam when it is not on the shower door track. Lastly, this is important, when cutting the top track or dam strip, it is crucial that you are certain all measurements and marks are correct. A miscut track could completely ruin an install, and is key to a successful install. If at any point you have an issue, call this number, or email us here. To start off, check which side of the enclosure your shower head is on. You can install this door to open on either side of your enclosure. We recommend installing the door on the same side as the shower head for optimum water retention. On the same side as the shower head, mark the center of the stud at the top and bottom of the enclosure. Measure the distance from the outer edge of the sill to the bottom stud mark and subtract 1 3/8 of an inch. Mark this new measurement on the other wall. Again, measuring from the outer edge of the sill. Place the outer edge of the fixed panel wall jamb at this mark, ensuring it is vertical with a level. Once it's level, tape it in place. Mark all 4 holes and remove the side jamb. Since the wall is tile, avoid cracking your tile by using a tile drill bit to drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole, followed by a 1/4 inch final hole at each location. Insert tile anchors. Replace the side jamb and screw into place, ensuring screw collars are on each screw and oriented in the right direction. Use the fixed panel marking template to mark the rail mount hole. Remove the template. Most shower enclosures are made from either tile or acrylic. Since the wall is tile, avoid cracking your tile by using a tile drill bit to drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole, followed by a 1/4 inch final hole. Insert tile anchors. Each side of the rail has its own unique mounting collar. You can tell them apart by their length and number of set screws. For this step, remove the threaded bracket from the fixed panel or shorter rail mount. Place it over the anchor and screw it into place. Take the fixed glass panel out of the box and place it on a soft material, such as cardboard. You can tell which panel is which by the size of the top holes. Lay it down on the cardboard. Inspect the glass for any damage, such as chips or scratches, that could have occurred in transit. If damage is found, do not attempt to return to the seller. Instead, call or email us here for a replacement panel. We can help you. As mentioned before, the glass is strong, but not unbreakable, and should be handled with care. Uncovered glass should not encounter hard surfaces, like tile or metal, and corner protectors should be left on the glass until prompted to remove. With the glass inspected, remove the bottom corner protectors and add the fixed panel glazing channel. The glazing channel is pre-cut and should line up with both edges of the glass. With the channel installed, move the glass onto the shower sill with the help of another person. Then, remove the corner protector closest to the wall jamb. Then maneuver the glass into the wall jamb. These maneuvers can be difficult, and it is why the door requires 2 people for an install. Once the glass is placed, double check that it is vertical, and that the bottom of the glass is the same distance from the outer edge of the sill at either end. Similar to the fixed panel, take the sliding glass panel out of the box and place it on a soft material, such as cardboard. Stand near the bottom of the glass panel. Make sure the holes for the handle hardware are on the opposite side as the shower head. If the shower head is on the left side of the enclosure, the holes should be on the right. If the shower head is on the right side of the enclosure, the holes should be on the left. Inspect the glass for any damage, such as chips or scratches, that could have occurred in transit. If damage is found, do not attempt to return to the seller. Instead, call or email us here for a replacement panel. We can help you. As mentioned before, the glass is strong, but not unbreakable, and should be handled with care. Uncovered glass should not encounter hard surfaces, like tile or metal, and corner protectors should be left on the glass until prompted to remove. With the glass inspected, remove the bottom corner protectors and add the water diverter seal to the glass, ensuring the diverter blade faces up. The diverter seal is pre-cut and should line up with both edges of the glass. Now, place some cardboard into the enclosure, and carefully maneuver the sliding glass panel onto the cardboard. Placing the glass directly on hard enclosure surfaces could damage the glass and lead it to break. Rest it on the wall with the handle holes facing away from the fixed panel. Disassemble both fixed panel rail supports with the L wrench and hex wrench. Insert a tube nut into the top rail. Align it with one of the holes and reassemble the threaded tube clamp onto the top rail. Repeat these steps for the other fixed panel support. Loosen the set screws on the fixed panel or shorter rail mount. Slide the mount all the way over the rail, on the end closer to the fixed panel supports. Once on, tighten one of the set screws and install the limit stop. Next, loosen the set screws and remove the threaded bracket from the roller panel or longer rail mount. Slide the rail mount all the way over the other end of the rail and tighten one of the set screws. Now, bring the rail into the enclosure and up to the fixed panel holes. Before installing the rail onto the fixed glass panel, make sure the bracket gaskets and bushings are placed to separate the metal components from the glass. These components are very important. If the metal bracket contacts the glass, it could damage the glass and lead it to break. Then, install the fixed panel bracket nuts, hand tightening with the L wrench until fully secured. With the rail placed, add the remaining marking template over the other end of the rail. Loosen one of the set screws and slide it up to the wall. To reach the wall, your door has a few areas of adjustability. Unscrew the second set screw completely, and check to see if the sliding door collar can reach the wall. If the rail completely blocks the hole, you can continue the install from here. If not, add the included spacer and check again. If the rail still doesn't completely block the hole, you'll need to very carefully maneuver the fixed panel and rail no more than 1 inch towards the other wall. And continue this install with the spacer. Once on the wall, line the end of the rail up with the center of the stud, ensuring it stays level. Tape the template in place and remove the rail. Then, mark the hole and remove the template. Since the wall is tile, avoid cracking your tile by using a tile drill bit to drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole, followed by a 1/4 inch final hole. Insert tile anchors. If you use the spacer mount to reach the wall earlier, you'll need to install that mount on the wall using the screw. Otherwise, use the regular threaded bracket and screw into place. Once installed, bring the rail back into the enclosure. As before, make sure the bracket gaskets and bushings are placed to separate the metal components from the glass. These components are very important. If the metal bracket contacts the glass, it could damage the glass and lead it to break. Then, install the fixed panel bracket nut, hand tightening with the L wrench until fully secured. With the rail attached to the fixed panel, loosen the set screws on both rail mounts. Twist them onto the threaded brackets until fully secured. Once mounts are tightened onto their respective brackets, tighten all of the set screws on both mounts. From inside the enclosure, install the fixed panel gasket in the space between the glass panel and the wall jamb. Only use the included gasket roller to fully place this gasket. If you try using other tools, you could damage the glass. Then, place the wall jamb cap on top of the fixed panel wall jamb. Our door comes with 2 center guides, one for either possible orientation for this door. Do a test placement to find the correct guide to use. It should fit over the edge of the glass with the sliding glass channel facing the inside of the enclosure. Remove this center guide and add clear silicone to the bottom of this center guide. Then, replace the guide, placing on the edge of the glass first before pressing onto the sill. On the open side of the enclosure, measure the distance between the wall and the center guide. Mark this measurement out on the dam strip. Double check this measurement and mark, as a miscut strip could easily ruin an install. Once certain, cut the dam strip at this mark. Place a thick bead of sealant on one of the narrow sides of the dam strip. Then, with the sealant side down, slide the dam strip into the center guide slot and press it onto the sill. Don't worry if there's a small gap between the dam strip and the wall, as this is normal and will be covered shortly. Make sure the dam strip is parallel with the sill by measuring the distance between the sill's edge at both ends of the dam strip. Next, add silicone around the bottom edge of the dam strip cap and place it over the end of the dam strip, ensuring it is pressed all the way against both the wall and the sill. Before taping it down, double check that the strip is still parallel with the sill. Tape the outer edge of the dam strip in place, leaving the inner edge uncovered. Now, place sealant around the bottom edge of the wall jamb, fixed glass panel, center guide, and dam strip on the inside of the enclosure. Remove the screw covers from both rollers. Using the provided hex wrench, disassemble the 2 rollers. Lift the glass off the wall and reassemble the rollers on the panel, ensuring that gaskets and bushings are placed between the glass and the rollers. These components are very important. If the metal roller contacts the glass, it could damage the glass and lead it to break. Also, ensure the rollers are installed facing the outside of the enclosure. Using the hex wrench, hand tighten the roller bolts until fully secured. With the help of somebody else, carefully lift the glass, sliding it into the center guide channel as it is placed onto the top rail. Carefully bring the door close to the wall and see how they line up. If an adjustment of a door is needed, loosen both roller bolts, but do not remove. Using the L wrench, raise or lower either roller until the door is aligned with the wall. Once aligned, hand tighten each roller bolt until fully secured and replace screw covers. Next, remove anti-jump screw covers and disassemble both anti-jump assemblies. Reinstall these components onto the door, again ensuring that gaskets and bushings are placed between the glass and the metal component. These components are very important. If a metal component contacts the glass, it could damage the glass and lead it to break. Depending on how much you adjusted the door, you'll need to adjust the anti-jump component to ensure there is a 1/16 inch gap between it and the rail. Loosen the anti-jump nuts. Once height points are set correctly, install the anti-jump screw covers. Do not skip these steps. These components ensure the door stays on the rail while in use. Carefully move the door away from the wall and remove the top corner protector nearest the wall. Add the magnetic door seal to this edge. This seal should align with the top and bottom of the glass. Press the other magnetic strip into the remaining wall jamb. Then, place the wall jamb on the magnetic seal, ensuring it is fully aligned with this seal. Using the door, carefully press the wall jamb against the wall and mark its edge. Open the door and remove the wall jamb from the seal. Then, remove the magnetic strip from the wall jamb. Place the jamb back on the wall, aligning it with the marks before taping it to the wall. Mark all 4 holes and remove the side jamb. Since the wall is tile, avoid cracking your tile by using a tile drill bit to drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole, followed by a 1/4 inch final hole at each location. Insert tile anchors. Replace the side jamb, screw into place. Once fully secured, press the magnetic strip back into the wall jamb. There should be 2 blade seals that come with your shower door. They are cut to mirror each other. Hold both up to the edge of the moving glass panel, with the trimmed side facing up. The one with the blade facing the fixed glass panel is the one you'll need to install on this edge. This may differ depending on the orientation of your door. Align the seal with the glazing channel at the bottom of the glass, pressing it onto the edge as you move up. Take the other seal and trim the rigid tail off, making both ends flat. Then, place this seal on the edge of the fixed panel, this time aligning it with the center guide and pressing it onto the edge as you move up. Disassemble the handle. Reassemble the handle, ensuring all gaskets and bushings are used in order to protect the glass. These components are very important. If the metal handle contacts the glass, it could damage the glass and lead it to break. Hand tighten the knob and cap until fully secured. Remove tape from the dam strip and place sealant around the remaining edges of the shower door. You'll also want to add some silicone between the fixed glass panel and the wall jamb about 12 inches up the outside of the enclosure. Lastly, there is important safety and usage information on the glass shower door sticker. Only the door's user or owner should remove this sticker, as they need to be allowed to read its information. And there you have it, a brand new shower door to completely revamp your bathroom. If you have any further questions, call or email us here.